It's time for our second to last event of the Sunoco Cup Series as we come back up to Riverside for some road course racing.
Drivers, start your engines!
And this is the Know-How Western 500. 12 laps around the famed California road course, and on the pole will be Ryan Cooper, who has already netted himself 3 wins already, including sweeping at New Hampshire, and on the outside will be your points leader Chantel Ibarra, trying to keep her title hopes alive. And it's getting good between her and Alexander Dawson for the championship. In row number 2, speaking of Dawson's, will be John Dawson, our winner at the most recent Talladega event, and Trey Campbell will be alongside. Row 3 will be J.G. Noren, the winner most recently at Atlanta, and Daniel Schwab, most recent Darlington winner. Row 4 will be Keon Shaw and Ray Castor. Keon poled at the Sonoma event earlier, and Ray Castor was our pole sitter at North Wilkesboro most recently. Row number 5 will be Josh Osborne and Megan Yee. Row 6, Joel Qualls and Tim Fiegel. Row 7, Liam Campbell and Paige Johnson. Row 8, Jake Cole and John Acosta. Row 9, John Douglas and Jamie Banks. Row 10, James Qualls and Austin Hughes. Row 11, Zach Carlson, the pole sitter most recently at Darlington, and Alyssa Kondo. Row 12, Sasha Dawson and Tim Walsh. Row 13, Michael Dawson and Jackie Qualls. Michael was our most recent winner at the Rock in Rockingham. Row number 14, Ryan Acosta and Dylan Hughes, the winner at Watkins Glen. Row 15, Eric Matthews, the winner at Sonoma, and Connor Brayton, the winner at North Wilkesboro. Row number 16, Haley Summerfield, our pole sitter at our first Atlanta event, and Chris Dollarton. Row number 17, Aaron Reed, who won and poled here the last time we were here back in the summer. Skylin Carlson and Vanessa alongside. Vanessa Franzen, our winner at Phoenix, and Stephanie Naylor will be in row number 18. Alexander Dawson second in the points, and Alex Filter in row 19. Dylan Poteet, our winner most recently at Charlotte, and Kathy Cantar, row 20, and Johnny Gardner and Colin Cropley will tail the field. This could be a difference maker's event because Alexander Dawson second in the points is 37th, and Chantel, the points leader, is outside the front row. What will happen here? Last time we were here, like I said, Aaron Reed went wire to wire to get his only win of the season. Ryan Cooper's had a history of going wire to wire. He did it at both New Hampshire events. Wire to wire those two. Chantel Ibarra just had a solidly dominant car all season long. So as they come out, they get ready to head down the straightaway for the green flag. 12 laps of road course fun. Ryan Cooper and Chantel leads the field. Green flag. Ryan Cooper, early jump on things, gets the number 1 spot. One of those tracks where it's all about the areas where you stand. Don't go in the grass, you know the whole deal. Ryan Cooper extending his lead immediately on Chantel Ibarra. Chantel, there you see Daniel Schwab going in the dirt a little bit and losing the 4th spot to J.G. and Noren. As there's John Dawson in 3rd. Go over the hills as they come down. The roller coaster hills for the most part. John Dawson's there. Still a battle going on between J.G. and Noren. Actually, Trey Campbell's in 2nd. 3rd. Chantel's in 2nd. That's John Dawson. Battle for 5th. As I said, J.G. and Noren and Daniel Schwab. Keon Shaw following, with Ray Castor right behind. Fifth spot goes to Schwab. Keon Shaw tried to make a move on J.G. and Noren, but not yet. So the 6th spot is now a battle going on. Whoa! Got a real tap. Almost went down into the wall was Keon Shaw, and I think we see someone in the pit. That may be Vanessa Franzen. It looked like, I don't know whose car was that. Tim Walsh. I don't know what was wrong with Tim's car. Tough break for the Levi Garrett Luna. And Ryan Cooper running away with things right now. Chantel looked like got a challenge from Trey Campbell and John Dawson, but not yet. Chantel looking to try to extend her points lead and make it easier to lock up when we go to Homestead. There's your, and we're under yellow. As Haley Summerfield was involved with that, so the race back to the line obviously is going to go to Ryan Cooper, so that's no secret. He's not no competition really. So Ryan Cooper won the race back to the line. Let's see what Haley Summerfield, what happened with Haley. See, her car went right onto the curb over here. Here's what happened. You see a three abreast. It was Haley in the middle between Alex Filter and Alexander Dawson. Three wide going right into the turn. Got a little bit of a touch by Alex Filter, sending them both into the grass, and then Alex Filter spun Haley, who went off into the wall over here. A pretty glancing blow there, and then came back across the track and just actually came off into the curb over here, the up incline, and that's obviously was what it took. Tough break for Haley. She has not had a very good year. That I do believe was our yellow. Or was it? Yes, that was our yellow, just in case there was something else that was happening at the same time. No, that was our lone, obviously the lone reason was Haley Summerfield. We always like to make sure that sometimes you catch something and things aren't the same. But we have a new second place positionist, and that is Trey Campbell passed Chantel to get the second spot. Ryan Cooper still leads. John Dawson, Daniel Schwab, your top five. Jay Gianor, Keon Shaw, Megan Yee, Ray Castor, Tim Figel, your top 10. Dennis Page Johnson, Josh Osborne, Jamie Banks, John Acosta, Jackie Qualls, Liam Campbell. Then it is John Douglas, Dylan Hughes, Joel Qualls, J. Cole, Austin Hughes, Connor Brayton, Chris Dollarton, Skylan Carlson, Ryan Acosta, Michael Dawson, Stephanie Naylor, James Qualls, Eric Matthews, Alexander Dawson, your top 30. Then it's Aaron Reed, Kathy Kantara, Colin Cropley, Dylan Poteet, Vanessa Franson, Johnny Gardner, Alex Filter, Haley Summerfield, and Tim Walsh has dropped out. We actually have, I do believe, 3 cars that weren't on the list apparently. Who were those 3? Let's see, who was here that was not there? We got Walsh, he's there. Summerfield. Filter. There's Paige Johnson. Jamie Banks. I'm trying to see if there's anybody here. We have 39 cars. That does not look right. That means a few cars probably did not even come out. We'll obviously go back to Green Flag Racing as they come down this way, so I'm trying to see what we have here. John Douglas. I saw Johnny Gardner. Ryan Acosta, Liam Campbell, Poteet, Castor, Banks, Dawson, Colin Cropley, John, Sasha, Skylin, Sasha Dawson's not here. That's one name that we know. Sasha Dawson did not make it out, so that's one. One is Sasha Dawson. Alyssa Condo's another one that's dropped out, so that's two. And the third one, Zach Carlson's also dropped out. Those are your three that are out. We have Sasha Dawson, Zach Carlson, and Alyssa Condo, all of which will not run. They actually could not make it out. What's wrong with J.G. Norton? He's already up on the high side. He lost a bunch of positions. He's already fallen back, far back in the field, with now getting battled by Keon Shaw. But we got a battle going on for second going on now. I do believe Trey Campbell went in the grass for a little bit. Ryan Cooper still leads. Trey Campbell still battles for second. Now Chantel went into the dirt a little bit. Daniel Schwab's going to poison challenge. Now we're starting to get gutsy here. By the way, we're on lap 5 of 12. As now the battle for third goes on between Chantel and Daniel Schwab. Right behind them, J.G. Norton and John Dawson battle for fifth. Ray Castor currently sixth. Keon Shaw 7th, Paige Johnson 8th, Tim Fiegel 9th, and Megan Yee rounding out the top 10 is Josh Osborne and John Acosta battle back there. Now they start to single file out. Ryan Cooper still having a commanding lead, but now Trey Campbell starts to extend his second spot, and Chantel still battles it out with Daniel Schwab. Daniel's going to try to get the third spot from Chantel. Nope. Yep, Daniel Schwab will get the third spot from Chantel Ibarra. J.G. Norton moves up into fifth, passing John Dawson. Ray Castor's in seventh. Keon Shaw, Paige Johnson trying to make a move on Ray, and looked like one went in the grass. I think Chantel did it again. J.G. Norton's going to pass Chantel, and Chantel starts to drop back in the top 5. She's still hanging on to a top 5 spot behind J.G. Norton, but that spot is in jeopardy. The deck is stacked, as you see right behind her is John Dawson. Ray Castor can't make any more mistakes, especially for her, who's trying not to try to at least make it easier for her to lock up the championship when we get down to our final event in Homestead. It'll be at the halfway point this time by. It'll be 6 down and 6 to go for the field. Right now, Alexander Dawson is right behind Stephanie Naylor. We saw Stephanie moving the inside of James Qualls. In one of the farther positions, Alexander Dawson right now in a very distant, with a very poor qualifying spot. But Alexander Dawson right now just in the top 30. Alexander Dawson trying to make a move on Stephanie Naylor. There's Eric Matthews. James Qualls making a move, I do believe, on Connor Breton, our winner at North Wilkesboro most recently. And Chris Dollarton battles it out with John Douglas. Meanwhile, still Ryan Cooper leading over Trey Campbell. Daniel Schwab, J.G. Norton, Chantel Ibarra just trying to hang on to the 5th spot. This time by, it'll be 5 laps to go around the road course, and we're back under yellow, I do believe. No, we're not. I thought we were, but we weren't. Looked like one of the lights had a yellow on, but nope, we weren't. So it's still more of the same. Ryan Cooper going wire to wire. He's not going to win the championship, despite the fact that he won and swept North Wilkesboro. Chantel trying to hang on to that 5 spot from John Dawson. He almost looked like he was going to go in the grass a little bit, but didn't. Actually lost a little spot on Gia Noren, but she made some breathing room between her and John Dawson. Back here, we got a battle going on. Tim Fiegel and Paige Johnson for one of the top 10 spots. Josh Osborne's trying to get in there. And it starts to tighten up a little bit. Megan Yeast tries to stick in there too. Josh Osborne goes to the inside of Tim Fiegel. I do believe they'll get him a top 10 now. And they head down the long chute. And Tim tries to hold off Megan Yee, a multiple time winner. Still more of the same going on up front with 4 laps to go. Battling behind Tim Fiegel, losing a spot to Megan Yee. Riot Jadacosta's trying to make some as well. Right now the top 10 is rounded out by Josh Osborne. Looked like one was going in the dirt. I don't know if J.G. Noren losing a spot there. I think he may have lost a little bit there, as he's going to have to hold off Chantel Ibarra trying to make a challenge. And you got, once again, John Dawson trying to get in there too, in the 6th spot. And now the gap's starting to close on Ryan Cooper, as here comes Trey Campbell's actually closing the gap very nicely here. We still got 3 laps to go too, so as they come by, it'll be 3 laps to go for Ryan Cooper. Let's see if Trey Campbell could catch up. Trey, who has not had a very good year either. The Skull Bandit Olds. Three laps to go for Ryan Cooper. Here's Trey Campbell. J.G. Noren still trying to hold off Chantel Ibarra for that 4th spot. John Dawson still trying to figure out any way to try to get the 5th spot from Chantel. Almost got a little loose there. Who's going through the grass over here? Nope, I thought someone was going through the grass for a second. I thought that was Jay touching the dirt for a second on the lines. Chantel still stays in the 5th spot. Right behind Chantel, John Dawson, Keon Shaw, Ray Castor. The gap's starting to close up a little bit. There's Paige Johnson and Josh Osborne running up the top 10, then Megan Yee, Dylan Hughes, John Acosta, and Tim Fiegel. 2 laps to go as they come on down. Ryan Cooper has 2 more circuits around this road course. Here it is. Ryan Cooper gets the 2 to go signal. And now still a challenge coming on there for John Dawson. Looked like he's going to try to challenge Chantel Ibarra. Did not happen. Chantel actually extends her 5th spot, and John Dawson actually had to deal with a challenge from Keon Shaw. But Keon's dropping back, and now Keon battles it out with the number 75 Valvoline Pontiac of Paige Johnson. But here comes Josh Osborne trying to go 1 spot up. Nope, not going to happen. When they got into the chicanes. Still nothing has changed. We go to the back right now. Jackie Qualls leads Haley Summerfield, who got off the track. She's still in, though. Aaron Reed, Dylan Pote, Eric Matthews, all not having very good years. Colin Cropley kind of moving up the field. Alexander Dawson trying to get a top 25 finish to at least cushion the blow on things and make it a little bit easier for him to lock up to get the championship at our finale. Because right now Chantel is a top 5 finish, and that may not be sitting well with Alexander Dawson. Ryan Cooper takes the white flag. One more lap to go for the Sunoco Ford. Trey Campbell, Daniel Schwab trying to close the gap on Trey. Jay Gianorin and Chantel Ibarra rounding out the top 5. Chantel, right now, would be pretty satisfied with the top 5 finish, and that'll actually better her chances of winning the championship, knowing that Alexander Dawson is distant. I know Alexander's relying on one of the family members, is John Dawson, to try to right the wrongs and help family out, as Ryan Cooper heads down the long chute, as he's going to get his 4th win for the season, going to the Sunoco Ford in another wire-to-wire job as well. Checkered flag getting set to fly as he goes through these final 2 turns. Your winner of the NAPA Know-How Western 500 will go to the Sunoco number 21 Ford of Ryan Cooper as he comes down the straightaway. Take the checkered flag and get the win. Second spot will go to Trey Campbell. Daniel Schwab will get 3rd. Jay Gianorin will get 4th. And Chantel Ibarra will round out the top 5. Then John Dawson, Ray Castor, Keon Shaw, Paige Johnson, and Josh Osborne, your top 10. Then Megan Yee, Dylan Hughes, John Acosta, Tim Fiegel, Jamie Banks, Austin Hughes, Joel Qualls, John Douglas, Liam Campbell, and Chris Dollarton, your top 20. Then Jay Cole, Skylin Carlson, Michael Dawson, Connor Breton, Ryan Acosta, Alexander Dawson, your number 2 in the points, finishing 26th. Stephanie Naylor, James Qualls, Kathy Cantara, Vanessa Franzen, your top 30. Then Colin Cropley, Johnny Gardner, Alex Filter, Eric Matthews, Aaron Reed, Dylan Poteet, Jackie Qualls, Haley Summerfield, who was 2 laps down, and Tim Walsh, who DNF'd. And of course, we said earlier, Alyssa Kondo, Sasha Dawson, and Zach Carlson, all of which did not start, so they were not counted here. But our winner here at Riverside goes to Ryan Cooper, who showed the way, as it says. Point situation now a little tighter than we saw in the Sunoco Busch Series. Chantel still leads, but only 126 points, so Alexander Dawson's going to need to pull out all the stops and win, and hope for Chantel to have a horrible finish to lock up a championship. Daniel Schwab will move up to 3rd with a very solid showing. He's finally come into his own ever since he got that win at Darlington. Ray Castor and Johnny Gardner, your top 5. Then Eric Matthews, John Dawson, Jake Cole, Sasha Dawson, and Skylin Carlson, your top 10. Ryan Cooper moves up to 11th. James Qualls, another horrible finish, drops him out of the top 10. John Douglas, Alex Filter, Chris Dallerton, Jackie Qualls, Tim Fiegel, Paige Johnson, Austin Hughes, and Dylan Hughes, your top 20. Then Trey Campbell, Zach Carlson, Vanessa Franzen, Jay Gianorin, Kathy Cantara, Stephanie Naylor, Josh Osborne, Michael Dawson, Liam Campbell, Megan Yee, Ryan Acosta, Alyssa Kondo, Connor Breton, Colin Cropley, John Acosta, Dylan Petit, Jamie Banks, Keon Shaw, Joel Qualls, Tim Walsh, Haley Summerfield, and Aaron Reed will round out the field. As we go into our final event, will Alexander Dawson finally catch up to Chantel, or will Chantel lock up the championship? It'll happen at the Ford 400 at Homestead. Who will be your Season 1 Sunoco Cup champion? We'll find out